The 15th is the date, and of course, the year, well, it's 2020. That one's starting to slip by too. We are almost at the end of the road to Rio. And for one of these teams, this could very well be the end of the road here in this quarter, or excuse me, in this best of 3. We're gonna have to wait and see. Mirage now kicked off. Pistol-sided start here for these teams, and VP on the CT.
Yeah, the semi-final is heating up now into the second map. Spirit taking VP's pick and breaking their 100% win rate, their 10-win streak even. So Spirit, they have set themselves up well for a 2-0 victory here on their map pick. We'll see what the game plan is, though.
And I think the Ant-Man pretty much described it best. I think that he really did put this into a way for us to kind of have expectations for this game.
Is that what we're calling him, the Ant-Man?
Could be. If you just saw the videos I saw of the ants, that is,
a lot of
you'd be saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Harry, not known for his tasty treats. I do believe that is against the vegetarian rules for you to eat ants. So anyway, moving along swiftly will be this pistol round. Mir with the Glock kill. That's going to be the first one. The first casualty is Buster. Meanwhile, Adren has found some real estate on Catwalk, and that's actually going to catch Mir completely off guard so much that he gets dinged out of the round. It's a USP. Now they're going to have to concentrate their hit. Looks like they want to head towards this B bomb site. Sumdai Young already out at the van, and Dren with another banger. And Sumdai Young has really put himself in an inopportune position, just leaving Magix and I disbalanced. This round might already be unrecoverable, depending how this fight on Catwalk goes. Magix finds it with the P250. There's always those good Samaritans that drop P250s on pistol rounds, and today's no different. He picks up the USP, though. He looks to finish it out with that. 2v1. Sanji has to hold the line, has to hold the defense, and he somehow, some way he does. Great stuff from Sanji. He keeps that pistol round right there in the hands of Virtus.pro.
P2K players unite, and the fact that he even plays the bench as well with that gun is interesting. When I switch off of the P2K to the USP, that's when I like that position. But
there's a distance, right?
Well, no, more for the silence. When you're playing jail and you're watching this position, you're watching the drop down out of apps. Not when you go wide, obviously, but you know, sometimes when they B rush, you can, as a USP player, like get 2 or 3 shots off before they even realize. With the P2K, it's far more clear, but it's not an issue for Sanji. He finds 3 in the round.
So what you're saying is the P2K is 2,000 times better than the USPS.
I think I said the opposite of that, but I do like the P2K. I think they're both good guns.
I just want to make sure everyone was clear. Harry, did you understand?
Yeah, the P2K is better, right?
Yeah, that's what I understood.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah. I mean, Trace, when you use it, I believe it, you know?
Oh, I like to hear that. Well,
you made me switch my pistol yesterday simply by, you know, winning around with a P2K.
How long did that last for? 1 game?
I haven't played a game with it yet. So.
Oh, nice. Well,
I just switched it. That's all I did.
M4 out here for Buster. And it's going to be a Scout and Galeela's response for Spirit, who did lose the pistol round. Did pick up that first map. Just 1 map away from taking the whole thing here, but Buster with this M4 is a little much for Team Spirit, it seems.
Yeah, I don't love this round from Team Spirit. They made the decision to force buy without getting a bomb plant. It's really not something that we see done a hell of a lot. The other reason I don't love it is like they've got it down to this 3-on-3, and that's great because there's a chance they could find this round, but that bomb is all the way back in T-spawn. That's my real problem here because you're relying now on winning these fights. However, VP, they were giving the fights over. And on the back of Team Spirit solidifying this 3-on-2, that chance that they had, well, now it could really be a reality. They go back, they grab this bomb, they're easing over towards this B bomb site. Rotation's already coming through from VP.
Yeah, strange read, but a read that had to happen nonetheless. And again, we find ourselves at the 10-second mark for the plant. That's not going to bode well. Chopper the first to fall. Already bad news. Time running low. They're going to have to stick the plant. James knows that.
Nice.
And so does Sanji. They work themselves right into a corner Spirit can't get out of.
That was a really good rotation by VP. They know that, you know, if Spirit are going to go B, they can beat them there, and that the time isn't good, so Spirit have to, you know, immediately plant. Jane doesn't even get a reload off, and he gets a kill in with his 2 or 3 bullets remaining in the mag. I don't think he even knew either, but it works out wonderfully. Spirit were all tagged up. And now they're going to force again, Harry. Your thoughts?
Interesting maneuver from Team Spirit.
Good work.
That's how we'll phrase it. That's the thing. Like, you know, this one, weirdly enough, I don't mind as much as the last because, you know, I think like this round could really go either way, and it just, you know, if it works, you look like a genius, and if it doesn't, well then, you know, you really kind of shafted yourself for this this opening few rounds of the half. The reason I didn't like the other one is because they went for the force without getting the bomb plant. That's already pretty risky. And then they leave the bomb in T-spawn while they hard commit to A with 3. And it's like, you know, you're probably not going to win the round as a result. And they ended up not winning the round as a result. So, yeah, you know, I do think if you're going to take a ballsy call like that to go for the force, you need to at least make sure that you've got the bomb in tow, right? Because it did look like that was meant to be the A split. You had players trying to get out over towards middle as well. You had 3 players at ramp. And now in this round, with this force buy, let's see if they can bring the heat. They do have the bomb in tow this time around. 4 players up through the connector. And this Scout of Eye Disbalance does deal the damage. Bomb gets caught crossing, and now that falls in the open arms of Jungle. Adren soaking up these players trying to get into the bomb site. Eye Disbalance looks to pressure this smoke, and that's him removed. Mir, 1v3, will be afforded a bomb plant at the very, very least. Tries to cross into CT, and he does manage to get over. Doesn't spot how many players are in connector. If he did, he would have realized that all 3 are coming in from this position for VP. He at least deep cleared CT, and now has a pretty good idea as to where these guys are. Damage done through the smoke from Adren. They tap the bomb, they bait the shots, and Buster wins the round.
Good stuff for VP there at the end of the round, too.
Yeah, Mir actually had the lineup on the bomb, so, you know, lucky VP faked that one out because that was still winnable and they know it. So they play things very safe, just really trying to force a shot out of Mir. Spirit, I mean, the force buys show something, and that's confidence in their own mapping, right? Which is obviously good to have, but the game plan behind it not really working. Adren gets 2 as a smoke blooms. I love the refight as well. He hears the smoke pop and just swings. Knowing he has, you know, that window, half a second where he can take a fight, and then even if he misses, that smoke appears and he's suddenly invisible again. Using it like a doorway. It's going to be Spirit buying in round number 4. Surprise, surprise. They got a bomb plant and some kills, so that'll certainly tempt them in, and let's see what they can do with it. Coming out from lower, not a lot of utility and no AWP as well. James has his in play, in hand, and in the CT spawn going towards A. Spirit are putting a lot of focus on taking middle. They want the catwalk though with the bomb in the apartments. They're just pressuring the connector to leave Mir in position. I imagine Chopper goes back to Cat if they want to take B, because you don't want everyone up in the apartments here. Minute and 10 on the clock, still plenty of time for Spirit to commit. And in fact, there's only 1 player on this site as well. It's Sanji on Cat aggressively. So while he may spot Mir and connector, even if he doesn't, he's drawn away from the B-bomb site. And look at Spirit. Luckily, he does realize, he does react, he comes back, but he's about to spot the terrible truth that is Spirit in this B-bomb site.
Yeah, that smoke gives him a little bit of an advantage, right? A little bit of a veil, a curtain for him to play behind. Sanji is not going to let this bomb get planted, even though Spirit found themselves out of the van. This one is falling apart at the seams. Some die young. He has his AK out. He at least eliminates the Sanji threat. Still plenty, though, to go around here. 30 seconds on the clock, 3v2. And Adren dancing around the site. It's going to find Eye Disbalance. Just some die young. One of the first ones out into the site, one of the last ones to die here.
Wow. Yeah, Adren's looking warmed up as well. Buster closes the round, but Adren's 6-2. He's certainly looking better than that of Inferno, which wasn't really a favorable map for him. So 4-0 VP out of nowhere. Comes storming through the gates here in Mirage. Spirit, they have no money. Finally got to take an eco. It's going to be their first eco round as they've bought every round since the game started. Well, not here, not now. Deeg armor at a most here for Spirit. Some utility potentially, but VP are certainly in control right now.
This is certainly not the start you envisioned if you're Team Spirit when you were going for all these aggressive force buys. As now it's going to leave them at quite the deficit. 5-0 start for VP. It's not irrecoverable for Team Spirit, right? But it's certainly anything but ideal, especially when, like, you know, the real bitter pill to swallow is like, yeah, guys, we really haven't helped ourselves in this situation, you know? We kind of have given over a bit of a lead early on to VP. You know, that's just the nature. You want to go for high risk and high reward, you got to take the downsides with it as well. And here, man advantage taken by Kicker. Rest of Team Spirit just hold up at ramp and palace. And And they are actually going to fall on back as they leave this A bomb site. Throwing in a bit of a fake here early on. It has prompted rotations. There was a timing where if there was like a player lurking apps in the infamous, you know, you guys go A, I'll plant B strat that we all love. There was a timing where they could have found an empty B bomb site. VP had actually rotated everyone away. Sadly, this lurk into B probably going to be arriving too late to take advantage of that. VP, I think they showed their overzealousness early on with the rotations, and I don't think they're going to make that same mistake now, not in a 5-on-2, right? When it was 5-on-4, you understand why they might feel inclined to rush players on the rotate, believing it was just going to be a pistol play into the A site. And now, 5v1, you don't have to rotate anyone, man. You just kind of sit there, have a good time. At some point, Mir comes walking into your crosshair, and it's not that fun for Adren, but the trade comes in at least almost immediately.
Yeah, for Spirit, you know, the time to get these weapons and do something with them is now. You don't want to see this half become so one-sided that you don't give yourself any breathing room on the CT side.
Yeah. Luckily, with this economy and the way it stands, we see this very commonly, right? Teams go like 7-8-1 up, and then, you know, they lose the game. And that's because you can come back into halves. You can pull comebacks because, you know, you win the right rounds, and that's what puts you in in place, right? Spirit know what rounds are important. They know this is one of them. So now time to pull out the game plan. Flash is close towards the A site. Kicker's mollied and taken the ramp. I love this combo of utility for VP. The deep smoke and the Molotov completely denies anyone playing on that close corner. Keep Spirit out of the ramp. Smoke will be fading. Mir's going to be lurking in middle. Got a teammate coming through the underpass in the form of SDY. So Spirit want to split this A site. VP are leading towards B with 3. Jame there as well, so the AWP might not play into this round, at least not in the short term. Kicker's jump spotting A, and Spirit are about to show their hand.
Yeah, these connector players going to play quite the key role in this round as they look to split on up, and some Die Young does provide a trade to get himself into COD. And the flashes are good, and that's going to force Adren into the jungle. The defense of this A bomb site now falling onto the shoulders of Kicker from CT. And Sanji at jungle. Adren has gone back through the murder hole and has rejoined up with his teammate back in CT spawn. Team Spirit, this A play is slowed to a crawl, but they throw a con smoke to get across and leave Jane blocked out of the round. Kicker with a double from CT. I disbalance will trade it. Sanji playing close to this smoke. He's been waiting for some Die Young all round. And he will deal with him. I disbalance, horrible spot to be in. He's trying to tap the bomb, and there is a peek out from Adren. He's got this temporary 1v1. He's very aware that there's a player on catwalk, but they're just toying with him. And VP 6-0 here over Team Spirit.
Spirit read that situation so well, and they still lose the round. VP tucked in that 4-on-3, 2 CT, 1 jungle, and Jame AWP in cat. And VP went, let's let our first contact be Jame with the AWP on cat, because that's a kill that is never going to go the way of Spirit. They're not going to cross connector holding the catwalk. They're going to be fighting jungle and bottom comm. So Spirit read that. They realize VP have tucked, and they smoke Jame off on the catwalk, and they still lose a round. And that's obviously because VP have so many players around the site, inside of the site. So Spirit is still walking into a stack, but I like the way that the VP call the back off there. They call the slowdown on the CT side. They've had some really good calls today, even though it hasn't been working out on Inferno. Right now, Mirage is a very different story. Bit of an A play here for Spirit. VP pushed out of the site for the time being, but Jame is here with the AWP, and he's here to party.
That's 2 for Jame. Make it 3 for Jame. Will he get the final 2 to complete the ace? Well, let's find out. Mir is trapped inside of the site at the default plant spot with the bomb, scared to death of tapping it. And that's going to make things a little bit easier. Now he's probably going to stick it, even though that Molotov's going to come in and get him out pretty quickly. Grenade to follow up. Another bomb plant for Spirit, but another lost round as well. Virtus.pro, 7-0. What do you know?
This is crazy. Yeah, like, where's this come from?
Well, yeah, you know, it's like we said that coming into this. It's like, yeah, okay, VP, their results on this map historically have been pretty terrible. But before, you know, Road to Rio and before Pro League, all their results were terrible, being honest, you know? Like,
well,
there was
ever since that major run, you know, that's the weirdest part of it.
It did go on a pretty big decline, right? And you know, for VP, they had this stress coming into to Pro League before the Road to Rio. We heard that actually on the run-up to Katowice from Dastan that there was going to maybe be some changes in this VP squad. And that was something that they were very open about. If results didn't improve, if the major, that's what they were waiting for, that's why they weren't making the roster changes, didn't look to go their way, then they would come through. And so VP, you know, with all that extra pressure on them, it was either going to be the making or the breaking point of this team again. And it feels like, you know, under this pressure, they've all really banded together and looked to improve a hell of a lot. So yeah, this is out of the ordinary for VP, but so have a lot of the games, so have a lot of these matchups at the road to Rio thus far been exactly that.
It's always hard to know where the level of a team is when we know what they can achieve compared to what they are achieving, right? Like that always creates a bit of a problem. And oh, Jamie, see the barrel. It's a double. No, it's not. Jane Blind still takes a shot. He finds Sumdai Young, but Mir gets out the connector and you can see the barrel right back of Jame. It's I Disbalance to rid him of his life and going down lower. Kickert is waiting. Win two, win the third. Bomb dropped and Kickert's made this one work for VP. Chopper's about to walk with his back turned into Sanji, and that's going to be VP keeping up this flawless streak. Inferno, no longer flawless, but Mirage, hey, maybe in this game, 8-0, not a single round for Spirit. Maybe, if we're lucky, Spirit will remember there's a B-bomb site.
Maybe.
But we'll have to wait and see.
I mean, I'd say there's a 50-50 chance.
Yeah, they either do or they don't. Because right now, other than eco round, Spirit have been terrified of that B-bomb site.
And I'm terrified of the results of the next series just as much as Spirit are probably terrified right now. They're down 7-0. They have weapons. They want to keep challenging. I Disbalance with AWP is going to put Jame on 10, but it's going to leave Mir on 17. This round has already started out pretty fast, and albeit a pretty good amount of damage has already been sent. Ooh, just barely skating around the head as Chopper. Adren holds fast in the connector. And as grenade comes in, Chopper really questioning his positioning.
Yeah, look at the player in window as well. Chopper goes close, he's going to die. Buster doesn't even wait for the cross. He just gets aggressive and swings on the cylinders. It's going to be a round, or a man advantage rather, in this round for VP and Spirit. They look like they wanted to hit the B-bomb site together. They're going to opt against it. And maybe rightly so, right? Because VP are heavy set up on B. They're waiting. They know Spirit keep hitting this A site, and they're waiting for that one round that goes the other way. Obviously, you can play retake on A far easier than you can play retake on B on this map. So it's safer to lean towards B early if you're VP, especially with this kind of lead. Spirit down a man in this round. They're going to burst Palace with 3. Sumdai Young, I imagine, setting up flashes from the ramp. But yeah, VP, even though they're not playing in this site, they will be ready to retake.
Oh, and Magic's looking to be the spearhead, looking to be this first man to break apart this bomb site. Rotations coming through from VP. Sanji moving in through CT spawn. And VP, they seem to have a good idea as to what's going on. They're set up to play retake now. At this point, Team Spirit, the warning signs are probably going off. There's no one here. You're thinking, surely they're still nearby. Ooh. And even though I Disbalance will offer up 2, it is still all now on the shoulders of Sumdai Young. 1v3, but he has stripped the Dren from the tally. Bomb on his back, no time to get that planted, and it all falls apart. Man. VP, 9 on the board. And it's another unfortunate bomb drop for Team Spirit. Magic's dies coming out from the apartments, or Palace rather, drops the package up there. And from that point on, everything goes downhill. Sumdai Young, no matter how many kills he gets there, there's just not enough time.
Yeah, Spirit, second tactical pause. Things aren't working. If that wasn't clear.
No, they actually are not working at all.
Man, like, you know, this is, and you know, like, while this is pretty grim for Team Spirit, how this has all began, this is nuts from VP.
Yeah.
They had their 100% win streak broken on Inferno. You move into Team Spirit's map pick, a map that VP have struggled on a lot historically. Well, here they are, 9-0. Just kind of laying waste to Team Spirit. Don't actually even know how the first map was so competitive after what we're seeing right now, because VP are just wrecking.
And this is what we said coming into this one, right? Like VP, better on the CT side of this map. Spirit, better on the T side of this map. Not looking like the case right now. Spirit have figured out there's a B-bomb site. They're going to run at it. They're going to send everything towards it, but they don't check below the apartments. Buster gets away. Jamie's going to save his life, but Buster's not done with 1. He's found a second. Sumdai Young can't get out the apps, and the bomb is dropped to the feet of Buster. He might have more kills to come as well. I Disbalance in the site, stuck He knows Buster's here. He's trying to find a market fight instead. He's trying to upgrade his gun, not wanting to walk back into the AK that doesn't know his exact position. He's found Jame in the corner. There's cover from the market. Now Buster swings. He finds that kill and checks the apartments to clean up the round. 4 for Buster and 10 for VP.
So, in essence, we can put that round into pretty much into one word to describe it, and maybe we'll just go around the board here. I'm going to say disaster. What do you got, Hugo?
Easy.
Mine's 2 words, but it's not. It's trigger discipline from Buster, mate. Because that was pretty good. He hides under the window. He's fully flashed. His teammates die. And instead of, like panic spraying as many players would when they're in that position and they're blind, you're just trying to take down anyone you can. You're playing off a feeling. Buster, he realizes, well, no one shot at me yet. I'm blind. I'm just sat here. I can hear them running past. And so he waits fully. And the longer he goes without shooting, the better that position actually is. You're not considering a guy is sat behind you just out in the open. So that's absolutely stellar from Buster. Like, he really does save that whole round.
Funnily enough, in that exact same position that he was flashed out in, that's one where RPK crashed in yesterday in his game, and no one checked it, and he survived like a post
for 20 seconds.
Like 20, 30 seconds, just AFK below the window, and no one cleared him, even though the T's were on the site and they planted. So, yeah, like, that does go unchecked a lot of the time, because you just assume if someone's there, they're going to kill you. So, Buster, good trigger discipline. You put it right. Because VP, they have everything in their hand, everything in their favor. 10-0. Buster's pushed apps. Spirit, are they ready for this?
Well, they're going to have to be. Yeah, the bomb is here.
On its own.
Scary stuff, of course. Sending the bomb by itself. Be apartments nonetheless. It's going to be a cat split. I think that knowledge has been gained.
Here it is.
Chopper, well, I think that kind of bodes pretty bad for Team Spirit going forward. Just 2 players alive on Deagles at that. They're going to try to shut Sanji down. Albeit the bomb almost irretrievable, and so is the round. Virtus.pro go up to 11. Spirit, nowhere in sight.
Yeah, it hasn't been a massive amount of mistakes from Spirit. It's been a lot of really nice setups from VP, but right there is a big mistake from Spirit. Like, putting the bomb on its own is always a bad idea. When you have like a grouped execute like that, like Spirit want to get up catwalk, and in their head, mid is more dangerous than the B apartments, and so they don't want to put the bomb with 3 in case they lose it and it drops mid. But the dangerous thing is putting the bomb on its own, because regardless of where it is, regardless of the route being safer for Chopper, if he dies, and he does, that is the round loss. That is no money for Spirit, no bonus, and they can't do anything with it. So worst case scenario strikes, and that's really been this game for Spirit, worst case scenario. And VP have enabled that in every round.
And it's not even just one scenario. It just seems like every single scenario they find themselves, because they do different a little bit. Speaking of different, we got a different look to the beginning of this round. Idis balanced with an AWP kill, so finally some numbers in the favor of Spirit. They haven't just ran out and died. It's actually Buster that runs out. He pays for it. He gets traded after finding a kill into Some Die Young. Now, pretty close. I think this is the closest Spirit have been.
Yeah.
To maybe picking a round up here.
Does seem like it. That's their 4th opening kill as well in this game, right? Out of 11 rounds, 4 of them, or 12 rounds now, only 4 have had the first kill for Spirit.
Jame, you're a mad lad.
Perfect timing as well. Like, as he's checking angles, Chopper is also checking angles. Then Chopper posts up, and Jame peeks into it. Like, sometimes you hit those timings where you peek a millisecond after someone else, and because they've already, in their head, peeked and cleared that angle, they sort of let their guard down, and you're peeking into that angle, so your guard is up, and you shoot first. And that's exactly what happens to Jame there.
Oh, dear. A bit of misinformation for VP. They were looking at Con. Top Con was smoked, and so they read this as being a short play with Jame pushed down at the ramp. He was flanking into top mid, and this has given up a bomb plant. Oh, kind of, but no. Nuh-uh, not today.
No time.
Jame comes in and denies it, and he is just running. He's going to win this round in iconic Jame fashion. He drops a molly on the bomb, denies the pickup to Idis balance, and then just looks at his watch. 7 seconds. Yeah, I got time to squeeze in a quick save. And then he does get out of there. 12 on the board for VP and Team Spirit. Yikes, man.
Signature move.
This is rough right now. I kind of just over talking because like coming into this, we're bigging it up. Yeah, great map for Team Spirit. They've looked really good on Mirages of late. If there's one thing we've been able to count on, it's their Mirage. And VP, man, why do they even have this map in the game for them? Well, what do we know? 12-0 in favor of Virtus.pro like we all expected.
Wow. Virtus.pro.
This is actually unreal, though. Like, if this is what leads to them coming back in this series, then my word, like, even more kind of respect has to go the way of VP, right? Buster set up over in the apartments. 3 players push the extremities of the A bomb site for Virtus.pro. Jame waiting in the window. And we're seeing more and more of this, like, I've used this term a few times when we talk about VP, this, like, micro-aggression where they do go aggressive, but it's not like, they're not pushing the ramp. They're just holding right up close and personal. Now, in this round, there's only one man at B, and that man was Buster. He falls immediately. That kill, I think, now tempts VP to go for it. Yeah. It looked like they were going to save, honestly, even though the money's fine. Like, James got almost max cash, but he just loves money. They were hanging back on A, like they weren't going to go for that round. And then they find the guy on Cat. That's the fight they were looking for. That's going to spur them on to attempt this in a 4-on-4, because now it is a doable round.
Oh, I disbalanced, though. He's got the AWP, and he's on the bench side, dropping a gen from the catwalk. It's down to this apartments play with 2, and now just 1. At least from that position, Kicker gets a kill, and he'll fall straight after. James dives through the window, and even with the AWP, he's going to lose it. Spirit, they break the curse, they break the streak, they get back on their feet with 1.
Yes, everybody was saying 16-0, 16-0. Well, guess what?
Psych.
You're the reason that was ruined. Thank you so much, you and you alone. I'm not going to say exactly who, but you know who you are. iDisbalance certainly one of the culprits in that round for keeping Spirit in it and grabbing their first. 12-1, though, is still a pretty monumental feat to try to come back from.
Jane back at it with the mid-aggression. Well ahead at back. The kind of timing advantage he had from getting over towards Cat so quickly is somewhat out the window, right? With the smoke falling, he doesn't want to just float around because they will be looking towards Catwalk at this point in the round. And so they've thrown him up on this boost. Now, there are 3 players here at the B bomb site for VP. So this is off the kind of gates where Team Spirit are looking to go. And a nice flick from Jame will secure the man advantage. Team Spirit going to start to trundle their way into the apartments. Chopper and Magic's getting a kill apiece. Now they have themselves the man advantage. Are they going to keep the commitment up? Well, Sanji decides he's going to take a fight for them. iDisbalance will wipe him out through the smoke, equalizes the odds back out, and Chopper blindsides Adren over at Catwalk. It's Kicker in a 1v2. He's already dropped into the site. Oh, he takes a moment, and iDisbalance dodges the bullets. Chopper from short side.
Why did he hesitate?
I don't know.
He had the kill. He had it dead to right.
He just, his round. He was looking at iDisbalance, and he was thinking, like, can I bring myself to do this?
Maybe trying to line up the headshot or something.
He's just a guy doing a task, just putting in the numbers. And that couple of seconds of the moral squabble internally.
I mean, when we look at that replay,
surely that's what stopped him right there. The moral squabble that is killing the bomb planter here on the B site. But, well, for what it's worth, 2 rounds for Spirit. They've got 1 more they can grab in this half before we switch it over. Drin's going to find himself in the connector early on and Mir out top mid. Now, mid-aggression from Virtus.pro, not something that we've seen time and time again, but they're going to do it. Buster is pushed up behind the smoke on Catwalk. He is turned in case they come from underpass or perhaps they pop a flash from mid, but he is going to find Mir here momentarily. Mir has not a clue, not an inkling, but he is way quicker. Buster gets absolutely busted on, and so does Sanji. This B bomb site has fallen.
The comeback is real, Trace. Here's where it all begins for Spirit. The 3rd round in the palm of their hand. 5-on-3. Mir still in middle. He's going to cut off rotations, and Chopper's alongside him as well. More damage to Jame. I mean, VP aren't even thinking about retake. They're just thinking about getting these kills in mid before they die. And, well, sometimes that's not possible. Jame dead. Adren follows. Spirit find 3. Is that enough? I don't know. But let's at least keep the comeback in mind. Join us after the break for the rest of Mirage.
chance, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down in laughter, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. Book a plane, fly away. We will never be the same. And as long as you are mine, come on and run away. We wanna run away. We don't need any reasons, baby. Leave it all for the faded hearts. I don't mind if they call us crazy, 'cause they don't understand what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after. We're no kids no more. I need to feel alive in this dreadful town. I'm running out of time, and as long as you're mine, I wanna run away. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after.
Well, get out of your chair, put your cans in the air. We're back with the second half of play here between Virtus.pro and Team Spirit. Team Spirit really absent there in the first half. In fact, so absent that just in the last part of the half itself, they were starting to find rounds. So what ended out as a 12-3, well, it does really set the back up against the wall for Spirit, and pinning the outcome of this pistol round, it should tell us a lot. Welcome back to the ESL1 Road to Rio. And here in this rodeo with me is Harry and Hugo.
Hello. That boost is perfectly timed. James gets up on the outside of the window as Spirit leave the window. So he can come in on this late flank later on. IDIS balance is saving for the AWP and the pistol. So Spirit really relying on getting the win here. Chopper's gonna get aggressive, but he doesn't clear Buster, and his shots get heard. Buster's ready. He finds the kill. VP, a man up in this round, and it's all a fake. It's all a ruse as VP, you know, leaning towards that A site, but Spirit, they see him out on catwalk, they try and rotate CT, and it pulls them out of A. They don't have to play retake with a man down.
Yeah, they got to rake it back in here, Hugo.
That's all they say.
It looks like they're going to give it a go. 3 deep from CT. Peeking off catwalk is Mir. Now, this is already a weird one because they have been spotted coming out of CT.
Got to stick the bomb.
Yeah, this is like impossible. How? Yeah, and it's all just falling apart. Also, look at Kicker. Like he's done it. He's secured the round. Look at the lad go. Second kill. And Sanji there to finish it off. 13 on the board for VP. And that there, at the very, very least, means that this second half could be very, very fast indeed, which I'm sure all the VP fans around the world probably pretty happy about that.
They've actually never seen a fast half from VP.
No.
Fast T-sided half at that.
Man, it's great to see, I'll be honest. Like, I kind of love it because imagine what this feels like to play against. Like, you've been used to this one style of play from VP, and like maybe they'll have like 3-4 fast rounds in like a game, but that's really the extent of it. Like, it is normally these slow creeping defaults, and CT side aggression is not normally something we see from them all too much either, outside of these like little microaggressions into places like ramp, right, where you're not really like pushing the extremities so much as just holding a bit more of a foothold than you usually would. Well, suddenly in this series, VP, they've been keen to take a lot of these gunfights. They've really switched up how they approach these rounds. And for Team Spirit, I can't imagine what that's like, because, you know, you've come into this expecting to know how these guys are playing, and now they're doing anything but that. So it's like there's no limit to what this VP squad could look to bring to the table. A fast A play to try and get them into the fray. And Kicker opens the round up with a kill, so does Buster. This round looking like it might be all said and done. Team Spirit hinging on Mir's flank, and Jay is ready and waiting for it.
Look at Kicker, he's waiting for the smoke fade on top of the box, and as it fades, Idis Balance loses his life. You see the kill feed still regards it as a smoke kill, so it must have been coming to its end. Chopper getting chopped, and he might do in the T-spawn, because James, he's on the hunt. He's on the save patrol. Oh God, that one thin beam is not enough to hide behind, and Chopper will not be able to. It's going to be VP finding 14. And with Spirit forcing in the previous round, they are left with nothing. The weird thing about this as well is now not only VP have the confidence and the momentum and are definitely in the heads of Spirit after this game, but they move to Overpass, which is, yes, okay, statistically a bad map for VP, like most maps. A good map for Spirit, like most maps. That's how numbers can lie to you. But when they last played on Overpass, it was a Spirit win, but VP got 13 rounds, and that's a close game. So we know that VP could definitely still win this series now after taking Mirage, because Overpass, a close contest, if they can just push themselves over the line, do a bit better than last time, this can be their victory and their grand final place up against the winner of Hard Legion and Windstrike.
So, are we thinking Team Spirit take this round? Because I'm leaning in the direction of no.
I'm going to go with no, Harry. How about no, Scott?
It's just really a question of how much damage can we get.
Oh,
okay. Well, now maybe I'm a little bit more invested. But yeah, the lack of kit going to cause problems. AKs have been retrieved, though. Still a chance that they could do something here. They are on the bomb. They're on it. Oh, goodness. And there we go. He gets him off. Thank goodness.
Oh, my God.
James going to save the day. And 15 now on the board for VP. If that round there doesn't prove that the caster's curse is definitely a thing, any more than this whole series already has, then I don't know what will. And actually, I think Henry G did a great job of proving that as well, right? With the
15-14 Gen G EG game.
Yep.
Dust 2, B-Rush, last round, regulation. Oh, can you... Oh, wait, server's crashed.
Wait, did we just play it back? Did we just play back the moment? It sounded just like
Hilarious. Never been heard before.
Get it? Because you sound like Henry.
Got me there.
Wait. Yeah. Oh, I thought I was here with Alex and Henry. Whoa, what happened?
Whoa.
When did you guys get here? Or better yet, when did Virtus.pro get here? When did Spirit decide to step out of the office? Because currently 15-3 leads me to believe that we are just one round away from going to Overpass, which is the third and final map of this series, a decider. And you got to wonder, Hugo, you got to ask yourself more of a question. Will we see this sort of response out of Virtus.pro? Will we see this initiative almost?
Well, let's see how this round goes firstly, right? Because I don't know if they've got this one under lock and key just yet. Sundial has a rifle, and full ball are Spirit up against 15, but they've lost lives. They've lost a face to James through the wall. Idis Balance can't connect his shot and has to give it up on the A-bomb site. Spirit playing for retake is not a comfortable position, but Kicker even making it worse by dropping Mir. 2 players left up here for Team Spirit on the retake, but VP have stalled the bomb plan out to get that kill. They'll be going back for it a second time around, but good luck for Spirit. No kit and the AWP. This might just be Overpass round the corner.
Oh, yeah. An Overpass so good you can taste it. Chopper, way through jungle, won't even come close to winning the duel. Don't think he even got a bullet off, but Idis Balance does. That gives us a 2v1. Sanji and Kicker can push it over here to Overpass right now. And they will. 16-3 Spirit absent on the map. And of course, it's Virtus.pro to run the board. We go to a break. We're going to come back, break